G'day viewers, welcome back to another video. Andrew Penman, your host here with Zulu Productions. Another video, we're looking at the Transite today company. It's going to be pretty exciting. We've got an amazing video for you. We're going to go to head office, meet Eduardo. We're going to talk about the Roadster, but let's get on with it. Let's get the intro rolling and we'll come back and get stuck in. There's a lot to unpack. Okay, welcome back. So those of you that are new to my channel, haven't considered subscribing, what I do is I do electric skateboard reviews, I do hacks, modifications, some gadgets. The videos are twice a month only, but they're high quality with lots of great 80s music at the end and me carving on these boards. My channel is very different to a normal electric skateboard review channel. Consider subscribing, hit the notification bell down here. I only hand-pick the boards that I think are good. So I'll wade through all the minutiae, so give you the boards that I can recommend only. It's a one-stop shop. Okay, today the Transite. So what is Transite? Well, Transite is an Australian company. It's the first company in Australia to get the Australian-made logo and the Australian-made design and also build. So this board is purely, it's not even Evolve have got that. They have imported all their parts. They can't get the Australian-made logo. Now, Eduardo, who owns the company, is an amazing skateboard builder. He's an ex-surfer like me. We ride the same. It's all influenced on the carve and fluidity of the board, and this board excels in that department. And why is it a little bit different? Well, I'll tell you now. Transite boards have been the leader and the forerunner for the direct drive. You only have two you have a hub motor where the motor is in the actual wheel and it's quite unforgiving on its road surface. You have of course the belt drives, which are synonymous with everyone riding belt drives at the moment, and then you also have now this direct drive. What direct drive is the motor with the wheel on the end. Now Eduardo has prided himself on actually refining this product, this particular direct drive, better than anyone else in the world. There are Onsra and Carve Labs have done it, but this is a different creature altogether. Why? Because of these motors, and we'll go through that in a second. Today we're showcasing the Roadster with all its options. That's the Dope Grip Extra, that's we'll talk about this in a second, which is the Fusion deck. It's carbon fusion, also with the laser cut etched 100% graphite carbon plates on the top of the trucks. They look just a flare of opulence. It's a good look, of course, and the motor guards, which these are the glow in the dark ones with all aerate the wheels as well. So we'll go through that in a second. So what is the Roadster? Well, the Roadster is an all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive / whatever you want to call it. It actually is a very clever sophistication using the latest Flip Sky 4, and there's a secret remedy and secret sort of herbs and spices with the way this has been designed. Eduardo's taken a long time to get this particular thing to work in synergy and symbiotic. The wheels and very sophisticated the way it transfers the current between front and back. It's got a differential effect essentially. It's not as good as the booster board, which was its leader in that field with the inside wheel turning differently and a clutch situation built into that speed controller. This is very similar. It takes into consideration the cornering and the inside wheel, outside wheel, and transfers that power. It's extraordinary to ride. It really is. Now, I rated this board before. You can see my video in the corner there. I think it was a 9.8 out of 10. It was an incredible result. I was really impressed with it. I'm not a big fan of all-wheel drives, but when I rode this, it changed my whole feeling about a board that has four wheels. And why? Because, well, you're not being pulled and you're not being pushed. You're not being jerked with a belt. It's a euphoric experience. I can't explain it more than that. You're sort of central to the board while it's being propelled. You're in like a vacuum bubble. You're sort of like in a morph bubble that sort of goes along. You don't feel at all like a normal electric skateboard. It feels quite dynamic. Yeah, so that's the feel of this board, and I can thoroughly recommend it. Now let's go through some of the specs for this board, and there are some discounts for the month of September and October. I've broken my finger, so yes, the base camp boys are getting their F11 long range out next week. I've just pre-recorded these videos, so that's before I have the accident. So I've got a few things coming up. Now, let's go through the specs on this board. Now, if you're going to spend $2,500 or over $2,000 on a board, you want to get something good. Yeah, you got your Calis, you got your Lone Stars, your Nazares, you've got your Baja boards. But this is another level. This is your Aston Martin of electric skateboards. This will be a head turner at a group ride. It's certainly is a performance-based board, and it's on the highest level. Now, what you're looking here is the top of the range, as we said before, with all the extras. So this top is called Carbon Fusion. You saw my last video, I did the bamboo. Now I've finally got it on the board, I'm riding it. It's a very thick, possibly, or formula of carbon fusion, which is actually a carbon composite wrap, as well as a fabric coating. Very well known and seen in the snowboarding industry with Shaun White's boards, as well as Formula One with Lewis Hamilton. This is a very complex composite to build and do. It's even more highly structured than a surfboard glass. There's only 3 or 4 guys in the world that actually do this, and this has been done for Eduardo by a local boy who's leading the way in this area. That's your carbon fusion deck. You can option these on the menu to drop down to option for that. The second thing you option is the dope grip, obviously. That comes as a little bit of an extra, and so does the wings we'll talk about in a second, and the carbon plates on the truck plates. They're obviously laser etched and water etched, cut out of solid carbon fiber. And you've got also the motor guards. And these motor guards are actually glow-in-the-dark ones. These are pretty incredible, and they vortex cool the motors. So as the air blows through, it cools the motors. But we've had these motors running at 44 degree temperature Celsius. That's 103 or 104. They don't get warm, they don't get hot. So that's the benefit. These motors, we'll go and talk about them now. They're pretty insane. I call them the Panzer motors, Panzer tank after the German tanks. They are flawless. We've done close to pretty much, I don't know, something around 1,000 kilometres on the group rides in Sydney to the tram sheds and back, the most unbelievable bottoming out, hitting rocks, roads back. These have never failed one bit. So they're an incredibly good testimony to these motors. They're insane. Once you get them, they just will keep going. Beautiful motors, 1,600 watts per motor by 4. That's a 6,400 watt grunt under this thing, and it really has power from 0 to 55 kilometers in probably about 4 seconds. It is insanely powerful, but also the curve is so beautifully done that you could put your grandmother on this. It's that safe. It is incredible board. So let's talk about now the next thing is the wings. Now the wings on here are an optional extra you can get. If they bolt on here, they were devised by the DIY guys. It's a beautiful idea to get your back foot when your front foot completely covered. I personally like my toes hanging over the edge. I didn't think I'd like this, but when I got on it, it felt like my back foot was on a plate, a dinner plate, and I've got 11.5 US shoe size, and it fits my foot perfectly. I could thoroughly recommend them. I will use those in future for high speeds, for heavy situations on group rides. That extra real estate is really, really nice, and I actually love them. Check those out as well. So with the click down menu, you can option for all these on all the standard bamboo board, but that's the Roadster there. Now let's turn it around and get into the nuts and bolts of the underneath side. Okay, so looking here, we'll talk a bit about the battery. The battery has this incredible polycarbonate casing, which is beautifully done. You see there's a sort of a flange around here that's been it's been cut and designed to fit right round to lift the battery pack off, so it gives you that room for the batteries. Now this is rocking a 12S6P. That's right, a 12S6P battery, and you can option for a 12S4P. The 12S6P will give you something like a 50 kilometer range on the 150 pneumatic tyres. If you go for a 12S4P, you'll get about 40 kilometer range. Remember, you've got a board that weighs about 13 kilograms here, and 4 massive motors. So it's not the kind of board you'll be carrying around on a bus or train all the time. You can definitely lift it, but it's more designed for that power. So with that kind of battery, you'll need to understand that it does draw some power on that 6,400 watts, but certainly 50 and 40 kilometer range on these pneumatic tires is exceptional, and it's pretty good. Now, if you put on the cloud wheels on it, which looks so slick, the clouds, you'll get about a 70 kilometer range on the 12S6P. So that is pretty incredible. 70 kilometer range on this. It's your set and forget board. Future-proof yourself. You don't have to buy another board for years. It's pretty impressive. If you're going to spend, like I said, over $2,500, you can get a. If you even look at the Evolve Hayden, by price-wise, this blows out of the water in all dimensions and all specs, and it's not much different. So it's an incredible piece of engineering, and I absolutely love it. You know, if there was an end of the world, the Day of the Dead, the Dead of the Dawn, the Day of the Dead Dawn, the Walking Dead, if there was an apocalypse and you had to grab a board like Forrest Gump and head for the hills with a side gun, this is the board that I would take. It fits every single situation, ticks all the boxes. Is, you know, power, torque, hill climb, range, you know, durability, robustness. It is just the board you'd want. And you saw my hill climb test on this ride, 3/4 throttle, the steepest street in Sydney. You'll see it in the corner here. I did 42 kilometers an hour up that hill with 3/4 throttle. I was too scared to go any faster up a hill that's 37% incline, but that was a kind of a record, and that just shows a testament to how powerful the hill climb this thing is. It's ridiculous, absolutely crazy. And if you haven't ridden a direct drive, I would recommend you try one. It's silent propulsion. It's like magnetic field, alien. I call it alien technology. Just smooth as silk and just direct like a Tesla. It is insane. When you go direct drive, you won't go back to screaming belts, and certainly the maintenance. So there we go. So now the battery builders of this are unique guys. There's 3 in Sydney. They're masked, they're protected, their identity. They don't want to know who they are because they do such good work. They don't want to have any more work coming their way. They're outsourced to Transite. These guys are DIY the best in the industry. They build these batteries incredibly. It's rocking a 21700 Mollicell battery. This is a 1090 watt hour. Yeah, 1090 watt hour, 24 amp hour battery. It's got the P42A battery, good draw rate, and the BMS is custom for this setup. So it's a complete custom battery management system. It's virtually flawless. Like I said, my carbon I've had for over 2 years still gets 52 kilometer range, and that wasn't even the Mollicell battery. So Eduardo's got it right. He's got the right guys to source the fitness for purpose, symbiotic to the battery build of this board is first class. So that's the Roadster today. We're going to now head out to obviously the factory in Public Eduardo. We'll look at the factory. So where you do see where your money is going, you'll see the research, the R&D, the quality behind. They'll meet the owner. So it's a solid purchase. I can highly recommend this board. It is absolutely your one-stop shop for a show pony board, an investment board, and yeah, there it is, the Transite Roadster. Absolutely, if you're going to pick up on that beautiful carbon deck fusion, yeah, it's a piece of work. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's look at the Roadster with the carbon fusion deck and all the extras. Also check out Cheapy T, Craig Taylor and Zach Peterson. Those guys have done this review as well on the long range. Check out the YouTube links below. Thanks guys, that was an amazing review you did. But today we're going to just look at it, we have a ride of it, we're going to end up some great 80s music. So if you want to get yourself one of these exclusive, incredible, bespoke electric skateboards, in my opinion it's the best electric skateboard on the market right now, 2022 September. Nothing comes close in terms of performance, build, and just aesthetics. It looks fantastic. Guys, until next time, we'll see you next video. We've got the base camp coming up long range. We've got Yuri's Cloud Wheels, some more donuts on the Viril Mini. It's going to be great. We've also got the Mad Wheels coming out of the Viril factory from Brian in Hawaii. Brian is doing great work with the Mad Wheels. They're essentially the boosted hollow core 105s done better. So they are an incredible slick like Roadster wheel rubber. Is just beautiful. Check those out. And of course we've also got this thing here. We've got another board. It's a mystery board. It's something that's really going to be nice around the 1000 US mark. I recommend this as well highly. I've already ridden it. So guys, till next time, happy skating, safe skating. We'll see you next video. Let's get out in the field and let's check it out. Okay, Eduardo, wow. Let's have a chat now. What has been happening with Transite? First of all, I noticed you've got these beautiful Roadster decks, these custom decks. Maybe we'll talk about that straight away. If you want to order one of these decks, how we do it?
This is a carbon fusion deck. It's a bamboo deck transformed with carbon fiber. And when you add the grip and the anti-sink carbon plates, it looks beautiful. It just looks so nice.
It's incredible. So tell me, so where is Transite at the moment? Obviously, you've done so well in the industry. You're the only company supplying these high-end, as I said, really high-performance direct drive systems. I'm a loving direct drive rather than belts. If you haven't ridden one, guys, you've got to check them out, haven't they?
Look, we try to focus on a different path altogether. Focus on direct drive and hub motors.
Yeah.
And what we like to specialize in is in all-wheel drive setups.
Wow, so four-wheel drive.
Four motors, 2 vesks, and a very nice calibration, so you can fine-tune the acceleration, brake, and that's what we are focusing on at the moment. Away from belts and gear drives, I believe the feeling of silent, super powerful, high acceleration is just what I really enjoy as a rider, and I would love to bring that to the world and to other riders to experience that.
And I've also talked about your motors like Panzer tanks. They just are indestructible. You offer a 12-month warranty. You've had hardly nothing come back, have you? People smash them?
Yeah, it has been pretty good. Touch wood. Touch carbon.
It's a great motor, a great design, and a custom sourced by you. These are big, they're heavy, they're chunky. If you haven't ridden them, guys, these are incredible. Direct drive propulsion silent is just the next level.
Yeah, the thing is, Andrew, in the past, 2 motors, dual hub motor, direct drive, is fun and mellow, nice, but it's like in performance. But when you put 4 with the right calibration, the right tuning, it's a different level. You can climb anything. You get the acceleration, the brake, the power, and when you add custom-made batteries, then the performance goes to a next level, type of range and quality.
Well, we know that because we know that direct drive has limitations on the big tyres, because, I mean, obviously any direct drive on a 2-wheel system will work, but when you cleverly, this is where your expertise has come in, to develop that controller to give that the ultimate directional power to all those motors at the correct rate is just astounding. I've ridden the Roadster and it is incredible, I'll be honest. It's next level stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah, so if people need contact, there's a website below in the link, Yeah,
the website, people can book an appointment with me, my team, and test the boards. We can go for a ride, you know. I'm a rider, I love being part of the community and sharing these beautiful boards with everybody. And
well, congratulations on what you've achieved so far. It's just beginning for Transite, and we recommend, if you haven't ridden one of these, get on one. It'll change your life.
Thanks, Andrew. And the last thing is, of course, it's all Australian made.
Oh yeah, so true.
So I put every board together, myself and my team, and it's all handmade.
And the batteries are quite exclusively designed.
All the batteries are built in Australia by the best DIY battery builders. We use top quality cells. We modify everything that comes, any raw material that comes from overseas is modified by ourselves. So now we're an Australian-made company. First electric skateboard, Australian-made.
There you go, Australian-made.
And very proud, very happy about that achievement. And it's part of the journey. I think Australia needs more manufacturing. I like to support local suppliers. And that's for it.
You know, it is an amazing, it's a great Australian story. This is in its early days. This will be something to remember, these early day videos, because you're going to take on the world with what you're doing, and I am really blown away with the quality product. As a pro rider, I've not experienced anything like the silent propulsion and the direct torque you get. It's like a Tesla. It's just crazy, mind-blowingly different. So, well done, Eduardo.
Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for the visit, and let's go for a ride.
Let's go for a ride.
So, okay. Yeah, here's where everything happens. These are a few cross countries over here. We put them together in Sydney, everything Australian made. This is a custom order going to the USA, for example. So we have the standard boards, but also we can custom made anything for customers.
Look, I love it.
And
look at the stock you've got on hand. You've got stuff ready to go.
Yeah. This is a small production line here. I've got batteries.
Wow, look at this.
And the traditional bamboo.
I love your decks.
Mid-flex.
Your decks are simply incredible. They just do their job. They're just beautifully designed.
And over here, how about the wheels? Wow. Different. Now we're with the Roadster. We can do 80 wheels. So we have the 150s, 155, and even the 200s.
And you've also got the new wheel
so you can play with different options and
That's
setups.
Incredible. You've also got new options. You got new wheels for the the cross country. Brilliant.
Yeah, so this is our demo center. All our boards are here. You can test the cross country, the bamboo direct drive. We got a Roadster.
Wow, this is your testing test crash
exactly.
dummies.
That's the whole idea for this new office. People can come and test the boards and talk to me, talk to the team, and get a feeling of the different setups, all-wheel drive, two-wheel drive.
So, and people want to ride them here in Sydney at Banks Meadow, you can come and get a feel for these just directly straight out here or at the park. But also if you're in other cities, you can get try.
I mean, we have boards in the main capital cities. Our retail partners have demo boards in Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, and Gold Coast.
Wow.
So you can talk to them, you can check them on the website, and they will we're very happy to let you ride a board.
Fantastic. Oh, well, let's take a couple of these. Let's go for a ride. What do you suggest?
Yeah, I think today I'm keen to ride this one.
Yep.
The cross-country all-wheel drive with the new wings that we put together.
Yeah, I love the sting wings.
Extra carving and stability.
Oh my God,
beautiful. And I think we can go with the Roadster.
Oh, I love the Roadster.
With a 200.
Yeah, just did the video up the steepest street in Sydney at 40 k's an hour. That is a beast, that thing.
This with a 200 is very comfortable, premium, urban.
Beautiful boards.
I think we'll take these two for a spin.
Let's go do it.
Here we are. We're out in the wild with the glow-in-the-dark covers on this Transite Roadster. Now, have a look at this. That's the carbon fusion deck. Can you check that out? It is insane. Now, you might see in the video, in the corner here, when I did the unbox on this, we've just seen the factory, the head office. We've seen Eduardo's interview about who he is, and what he's about. Now we're going to road test this for all-wheel drive.
Dancing without you, then you smiled, I was lost, you fall in love, why count the cost? All I gave to you, all you made me do, I react when I hear people ask, was it worth it? Yes, it's worth living for. Was it worth it? Yes, it's worth giving more. If I'd had my way, this would have happened much sooner. But until that day, it was only a rumor. All at once, you changed my life and led me into paradise, where I had to do what I wanted to. I react when I hear people ask, was it worth it? Yes, it's worth living for. Was it worth it? Yes, it's worth giving more. I reserve the right to live my life this way, and I don't give a damn when I hear people say I'll pay the price that others pay, 'cause it's worth it. Yes, it's worth living for. 'Cause it's worth it. Yes, it's worth living for. All I gave to you, all you made me do, I react when I hear people ask, was it worth it? Yes, it's worth living for. Was it worth it? Yes, it's worth giving more. And I reserve the right to live my life this way. I couldn't give a damn when I
You're still here? Cool. Listen, why don't you watch some of these other videos I've made in the past along the same lines as what you just watched in the same kind of category. Enjoy.